Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today I have a review for you. If you follow me on Instagram, then you might have already seen me post a picture of this shawl, but I wanted to make a video sharing a little bit more in depth of how or what I used for the shawl itself and a little information about the shawl. So let's get started. This is both free and paid pattern. So you can find it for free on wilmamade.com, and I'll link everything down below. And I went ahead and purchased the PDF version on her Etsy shop. So if you're thinking about purchasing it for yourself, I highly recommend it. But you can still find it for free on her website. Now this is called the Flower Puff Shawl. And if you already heard me talk about this or saw me post something about it, I am absolutely in love with it. It is my first shawl that I've made, and I like wearing it as a scarf. I did go ahead and put one tassel on each end that I still need to. That was my my family going out the house. If you heard the little bell. But yeah, this is the Flower Puff Shawl. So I want to read you, before I get started telling you what I used, the yarn and the hook, I do want to read you a little the description of it that Wilma actually has on her blog. It's very well written, so I mean, I'm sure you'll probably read it when you go on there, but here is the description of this shawl. The Flower Puff Shawl is a triangular shawl alternating flower lace stitches with flowing raised shell stitches forming beautiful waves. This design is full of visual texture, which I highly agree with, and that's the reason that it caught my eye, because all the texture on it, and has a somewhat rounded shape instead of a deeper V shape, and that's why I didn't put the tassel in the middle. It's more rounded than the traditional V shape. It's worked from the top down and made up of 12 rows that are repeated 4 times. It has the perfect measurements to wear as a shawl or wrapped around your neck and can be easily adjusted. I was intimidated by the lace stitches that she mentioned that are the flower, that kind of create the flowers. So these right here, but don't let that stop you, because the other reason why I love this is that she has a video on her YouTube channel that helped me figure out if I had any questions about it. Like, she has a video and it's super helpful. So if you want to try it, check out her video, and it's going to help you a lot. So with this, I used 2 balls or 2 cakes. They're actually cakes. This Premier Everyday DK Colors yarn, and this is DK. Well, it's right there, DK worsted yarn, and this is in the color. I got 2, but I don't think I had the color name. Nimbus. That's the color, Nimbus. So it was these colors. So it's a cake, and I used 2 of them. Now her suggestion for yardage is 820 yards, I believe. I think that's how much I read, 820 yards. But I used 2 of these cakes, and each of them have 383, which turned out to be about 766. And I still was able to get away with doing 2 tassels and having like a little bit of a small ball left. So I don't know what went on there, but if you at least get to, like, you still need a minimum of 800 yards, then you're good. She recommends you using materials, a crochet hook, a G hook, which is 6 millimeters, and fingering weight yarn. But I went ahead and used the DK yarn with the H hook, which is the 8 millimeters, because that's all I had in hand at the moment. But I am, once I get my hands on some nice fingering weight yarn. I'm going to try it the rest, but I did want to show you that it works either way. Now, her measurements as far as the entire shawl goes, it doesn't say on there, but I believe that her measurements is after blocking, because she does suggest to block the shawl, which I've never blocked anything ever, so I'm going to try it with this, because once I stretched it out, of course you can see the texture way more, and you get the measurements that she has on her blog. So let me put it on. The other thing with this, so now let's just talk the two and, which actually I'm very, I wrote down some notes so I wouldn't forget anything. My experience on it. My experience was, like, it was very nice. I feel very accomplished of making something that was out of my comfort zone, using different colors other than pink, and doing the lace stitching. But like I said, that video she has on her YouTube helped me a lot. So I do want to point out that I did make a mistake on these, and it's easy, and I think it was because I started crocheting it very late in the day, so once I get drowsy I tend to skip stitches and miss rows, and I think that's what happened, but I didn't notice it until the next day, and like about 9 rows in, so I didn't go back and fix it. But if you, I mean, if I wouldn't have told you, you wouldn't have noticed in real life, but her pattern has 2 of these front post double crochet, which creates like these little waves on the top, like the 2 lines on here, and I'm supposed to have 2 also here, because they're just repetitive rows, but I skipped it. So on Instagram stories, I asked you guys for some help, if either you guys would frog all those rows or just continue it on, and someone recommended alternating it to make it seem like on purpose, and I thought that was a great idea. So I did 2 here, the first one, and then the one that I missed, and then I did 2 down here, and then continue with just 1. It made it look more intentional other than just a mistake. So this is how it looks. I love it. It's nice and warm. I'm still going to try it with some fingering weight yarn, but I'm going to try her other pattern. I'm very pleased with it. I highly recommend it if you guys want to check this out. Her Instagram handle is at Wilma Westenberg. Yeah, I think that's it. I just wanted to show you this shawl. The yarn that I used, I had them stored in my craft room for so long. There were just 2 cakes of this pretty blue, white, and gray. I thought that would look so pretty as a baby blanket, but now I'm wearing it, so it's super soft too. So this, I love how it turned out. Yeah, and I'm actually working, just finished an Amiguru Daniel Tiger's Taigi, and that's going to be my next review on, because I'm going to make, my goal is to make 4 Taigis. I already have 1 down. So the other 3 are one for my other nephew, for my nephew, and for Henry and Victoria, which are my kids. And so that's my goal. That's what I want to get done for you guys and show you a bunch of Taigis. But yeah, so I thank you for being here. If you haven't yet, please subscribe. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.